Senpai, let it die. What's going on, guys? It's Metsu Jagan here, and welcome to the 4th episode of Let It Talk, #fan discussions, where here on the show, me and possibly other guests that I have on this show will be talking about things we'd like to see / change within the game. Speaking of our guests, here today we have RockItWilson and DarkGod. Go ahead and say what's up, guys.
Sup, everybody? What's good, everybody?
So for today's episode, Rock will be explaining the ideas that he's thought about for the game. You got the floor, man.
Alright, so the idea that I had to add to the game is a type of boss raid / rush mode. So the premise would be that you and 2 other random players, or you and 2 friends, whatever you prefer, you guys would be sent to a waiting room after matchmaking as a starting point and trek your way up 5 floors in order to reach the top. A different mid-boss will spawn on each of the first 4 floors, and the main boss will be on the 5th. However, the boss spawns and floors will be random for each raid, so each raid feels different. There would be 4 levels of difficulty: easy, normal, hard, and death, and each difficulty would consist of the bosses having their attack and defensive stats, as well as their HP times 3 for 3 players, scaled to what they would be according to the floor levels. For example, whatever their attack and defensive stats, or their stats in general, would be on floor 1 through 10, that's easy. Whatever their stats would be on floors 11 through 20, that's normal, etc., etc. The reward for these raids, or rather the factors that would determine the rewards for these raids, would be the time you take to complete the raid, death count, and the difficulty of the raid. And the rewards would be death medals, rare materials, because we all know those are hard to come by, kill coins, and lithium. Once a raid has been completed, you will be locked out of earning death medals and rare materials. However, you can still earn kill coins and lithium if you continue to do them. And that's what I got.
Wow. You went a lot more into depth into the idea of basically this whole entire boss raid thing. Now, the way that I was thinking about it was that everybody starts off naked, you and your partner, and basically instead of having each floor a boss, you go through 4 floors regularly. So basically you're trying to run around, grab weapons, grab armor, pick up mushrooms, and then that 5th floor, hopefully you guys are pre-prepared by exploring these 4 floors together to fight that 5th floor boss. And of course the reward would be around like 3 to 5 death medals. I wasn't thinking about gold or splithium being a reward, but of course the more the merrier. So DarkGod, what do you got to say about this, man?
That's a great idea, but with Cohen, and you fight those bosses about 3 times in the game, so why not just incorporate a whole new boss with a whole different moveset? Because if you keep doing those raids, it's eventually you're gonna know what to do. So it's just better to have either a rotation or just add a couple more bosses to the mode.
So the whole thing behind it, like I was saying, a boss on each floor for each 4 floors. My bad. That is such.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister.
3. Yeah, I know. It's such a tongue twister. The first 4 floors, there's a main boss on each floor, and those rotate. So you never face the first or the same bosses in the same order each time. And I think the added difficulty with, if you played on death difficulty, which is scaling the boss's stats to what they would be through floor 31 through 40, like that's going to be a super hard raid. Like I don't really see too much of the fun being taken out of it. But if you incorporate what RJ said, where you all start out naked and you find your materials, that totally changes the game. It doesn't matter how much you do the raids. If you're not finding the same weapons or mushrooms, or you're not getting, let's just say, you could even add an extra element to give, let's just say, 3 random decals at the start of each raid to each person. That completely changes everything.
Yeah, the random factor does.
Now, another thing that I would like to see would, to add to the random factor, it would be really, really freaking cool if each floor was basically a different floor from like another tier, basically. So maybe like the first floor is from 1 to 10, the second floor is from 11 to 20, and then the third floor is another 1 to 10, and then the 4th floor is a 30 to 40. But of course, still being able to kill the enemies. I think this would make it a lot more diverse and really fun.
Yeah, definitely. Adding different random floors definitely adds to the the raid, which is like I was saying, if you just do everything random, each raid feels different. I mean, come on now, people play not throw any salt on Destiny, but people will do the same strikes and raids and they never change. So if they can do that day in and day out, I don't see any problem with Let It Die doing it and adding that extra flair with the randomness.
Now that is very true, and I can't remember what the strikes are called, but like you said, they do the same exact things, but they change. What are they called? Night strike. Oh yeah, Nightfalls.
Yeah, Nightfall.
But with the Nightfalls, they have basically like different aspects to them. So maybe some Nightfalls, when you jump in the air, you don't regain any health, or maybe you do more damage when you jump in the air. Maybe when you're on the ground, you do more damage, more secondary damage or something like that. So I think that it would be really cool if they added that to Let It Die with these boss raids. So maybe say if the random perk or debuff, it could be either one. So a buff and a nerf. So let's call it a burf. Basically, if someone had a double-handed weapon, whoever equips the double-handed weapon does double the damage. But mind you, friendly fire is on. So whoever doesn't have the double weapon also gets hit for double the damage. Ooh. So if you accidentally hit your friend, then that's basically GG.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
So before we cut this episode, DarkGod had an extra thing that he would like to talk about. It's not big enough to be its own episode, so we thought that it would be like a little bonus within this one. So yeah, you can go ahead and explain what you wanted to, man.
Okay, so everyone's rocking around with the same weapons. You see people with the Masamune, like all these same generic weapons. But what if you added like an aura to it, just something to make it pop? Well, when eventually they'll add like a PvP mode or a team raid session, you get to see these weapons in action. But the thing about them is that you either make them really expensive with kill coins, or you just add them to death, or you just make them worth a lot of death medals.
You know what? That's actually a pretty decent idea. It honestly reminds me of Trove, because at a certain point in Trove, once you upgrade your weapon to a certain point, you can actually put your own aura on it. So that would be pretty cool to see different kind of auras within Let It Die as well. So now that we're coming to the end of the episode, I hope you guys enjoyed this show being the 4th episode of Let It Talk, #fan discussions. If you guys have any other ideas about the show, then comment it in the comment section below. I'm Metsu Jakin.
Your boy RockItWilson.
DarkGod76.
And remember, guys, let it die. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Swag.
PlayStation.
If you guys have any other ideas about the show, then comment it in the comment section below. I'm Metsu Jakin. Rocket, you were supposed to say it too.
Oh, shoot. It's your boy Rocket.
DarkGod76. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. If you guys have any other ideas about the show, then comment it in the comment section below. I'm Metsu Jakin.
It's your boy RockItWilson.
DarkGod76.
What the hell? Why did you say it so low?
Yo, I don't understand. Now.
Oh my gosh, Dark. What the heck?
I had a great idea too. I had a idea. I was about to follow up on that shit too.
Oh my gosh. Alright guys, and we're gonna say it on 3.
In the voice?
Yeah, in the voice. What are you doing, Rock? Why are you stuttering?
No, I was gonna say it when you said on 3.
I can't.
When you said on 3, when you said on 3, and he said on 3 after you, it threw me off.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't know if we were just gonna say it or just do it in the voice.
Okay, guys, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let
it die. Oh my god!
No,
I can't.
what
I
the
can't.
It's slow. It's slow. Let it die.
Do it slow. Do it like
Exactly.
really slow.
Exactly.
No,
We gotta do it
just
slow.
listen to the way he did it.
Yeah. Let it die.
Yeah, there we go. That was a lot more fun.
That shit killed me.